Next, would you rather pay Nick Bosa or pay Fred Warner? And in this hypothetical, you can only pay one, the big mega contract that is coming to them.
You want to go first?
You go first.
All right, cool. So I think that Nick Bosa is very elite, obviously. And let's put this, let's say injuries aren't an issue too, to make it even more fun. You okay with that?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so let's say purely healthy, injury-free Nick Bosa, purely healthy, injury-free Fred Warner. Who would we rather pay? And for me, I'm going to pay Fred Warner. And the reason why I want to pay Fred Warner is he is the quarterback of that defense. He is already one of the top two middle linebackers in the league. He has no issues character-wise. He seems like he's the type of player that enjoys being in San Francisco, loves the coaching staff, and he just gives you so many. He makes life for every other player on the defense much easier with his range and his ability to cover as well as to tackle. And his leadership, I think, is invaluable as far as being one of those captains of the team, so on and so forth. So for me, hands down, I'm paying Fred Warner if I can only select one. That doesn't mean that I don't want Nick Bosa on the team. Obviously, we want to be able to keep both. But even if injuries weren't an issue, Fred Warner's my guy.
Yeah, I would go with Fred Warner too. Nick Bosa's going to be too expensive. If injuries aren't an issue for him, he's going to make $30 million a year. He's going to get paid more than a lot of quarterbacks. He's going to get paid more than his brother, Joey Bosa. He's going to get paid more than Trent Williams. And I wouldn't pay that much money for a quarterback, let alone a non-quarterback. You know how I feel about paying.
Let's say money wasn't an issue. If it's just based off of the player and what they bring to the 49ers, who are you rather pay?
If money isn't the issue, then you'd have to go with Bosa. And injuries aren't an issue. If money isn't an issue, then you'd go with the guy who – there's a reason that Nick Bosa is going to get more money than Fred Warner. There's a reason. He sacks the quarterback. Fred Warner doesn't as much. And there's a premium on sacking the quarterback. I get that. But there is a salary cap. There is an injury history. The answer is Fred Warner for those reasons. He's also the leader of the defense. He's taken ownership in a way that Nick Bosa hasn't. He is the quarterback of the defense. And I find it interesting that Pete Carroll up in Seattle had a lot of great defenders come through that division. But through that team, but the one that he's kept the longest through it all is the middle linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Not Michael, not Cliff Averill, not Richard Sherman, not Earl Thomas, not Cam Chancellor. The middle linebacker. Why? Because he is the quarterback of the defense. He's the one that keeps it together. So I can see that. Yeah, Fred Warner.
I agree.